G'day viewers, how are you? It's Friday. Time for Totally Fucked Up Friday. Little celebration because we've made it to the end of another week, which when the world is as fucked up as it is, that's not always a given. Like, shit's a bit fucking weird right now, to be completely honest. And when I look at the world this week, the majority of my focus is here in Australia. And say, hey Angry, what's fucked up in Australia, you ask? Glad you asked. First, brace myself. Basically, we're in a situation since the last federal election where the Conservatives unexpectedly won the election, that the Labor opposition for some reason has gone totally fucking spineless. We effectively do not have an effective opposition to the government. They're weak as piss. And yes, I never make a secret of my politics, and no one will be surprised to know I am opposed to the current Conservative government. But honestly, I'm probably more pissed off at the Labor opposition because they fucking suck. They are useless. They are worthless. They are spineless. They've taken exactly the wrong lesson from their electoral loss when they didn't stand for fucking anything, so no one was inspired to vote for them. So their idea is, maybe if we stand for even less, maybe if we're just Liberal Party light, people will come to love us. Grow a fucking spine. Stand for something, you worthless, snivelling, fucking losers. Because what we have in the government is a government that's expanding at the fronts of its fucking class warfare. They seem to just get worse week on week. This week, we've had the uber fascist of the government, Dutton, talking about how people on welfare payments should have their payments suspended if they're using their time not working, engaging in specifically climate protests, but protests generally. It's like, really? This is the party that keeps calling itself the party of free speech, the party of small government. But in practical terms, they are the party that says, if you ever dare to do anything we don't like, we will fuck you up. It doesn't matter that what you are doing is legal. We will fucking hurt you because we are fucking tired. The idea of cutting off someone's welfare payments because they engage in political protests is like, the two are not connected. It's bad enough how they treat people on unemployment benefits or sickness benefits, or even age pensions. That it's just fucking evil. But to just go with something totally unrelated, oh, you know what? You're engaging in political activity that we don't like, so we, the party of free speech, want to destroy your life as a result. What a fucking cunt. I mean, again, that is almost superfluous to say about Dutton because he is the absolute fucking worst of the worst. But, oh my god, he is such a fucking cunt. And there's others sort of competing with him. Like the Social Services Minister. There's been a lot of talk. There was a lot of talk in the lead up to the federal election. Still been talking. And this is something that Labor have said they might get behind. An increase in benefit payments. Notably for people who are unemployed. Single parent pensions. Sickness benefits. There's a suggestion that maybe it should be increased because in real terms it's been going backwards for decades, and the most vulnerable people in society are being pushed further and further into poverty. But the Social Services Minister said, should we pay them more? Because the money would just go to drug dealers or down to the local pub. It's just like, you contemptible, evil fucking piece of shit. She's just gone, yeah, everyone on benefits, they're just on drugs and they're alcoholics. She's like, fuck you. Fuck you, you fucking elitist piece of shit. It's like, they're saying the quiet bits out loud. They've been doing it with the racism for years, with the vilification of asylum seekers. They've just been saying what used to be dog whistle racism. They've been saying it with a megaphone. And now, with their fucking class warfare, the stuff that used to be like, nudge, wink, you know we're going to fuck those people over. They're just straight out saying it. Like, nah, they're all like drug addicts and alcoholics. We're gonna fuck them. And it's like, you are the most evil fucking scum. And the one saving grace is, I think it's almost inevitable. They're pushing the populace to massive fucking insurrection. There's going to be, I can only imagine within a year or two, we're going to have major industrial relations conflict, major public protests, because these people are fucking evil and they're targeting the people who are already the most vulnerable and treating them like shit. And I don't know, I just hope people don't put up with it and there's some fight back, because these fucking tyrants will just shit on people if you let them. It's as simple as that. And even some of their former members are in the news. This is one thing that's made me really laugh. With the ongoing fucking shit show with Trump, one of the weirdest things to come out of it is this week there started being people in the US saying, like Republicans and their cronies in the media saying, you know who's a leftist conspirator? Alexander Downer. And if you've never heard of Alexander Downer, that's because he's a rather inconsequential individual. He was at one point leader of the Conservative Party in Australia. Never actually got to lead a government, was only in opposition. And these days he's been Australia's ambassador to the US. But the funny thing is, he was one of the key figures in kickstarting investigations into shady shit with Trump and the Russians in particular in the whole Mueller report, because one of Trump's cronies got drunk with Downer and started saying, you know what, we should be going to the Russians and doing stuff. And he basically started spouting all this shit, and Downer went, that sounds illegal. That sounds really fucked. And he actually notified the FBI and said, yeah, this guy says he works for Trump, also said he did some stuff that I'm almost sure is illegal, that you possibly want to look into. And that was one of the things that actually kicked off FBI investigations into Trump and possible collusion with Russia. But what's hilarious is they're trying to discredit Downer by saying he's a leftist spy. He's part of the globalist leftist conspiracy. And he is just a pathetic, inbred, no-chin Tory wanker. But even he just went, oh, that dude seems to be telling me something that is very illegal. And I probably should report it, because it sounds super illegal. And just Americans, if you've heard this, if you've heard this guy Alexander Downer, he's left a spy, and you've gone, I wonder if that's true. For context, saying Alexander Downer is a leftist spy is like saying Lindsey Graham is a leftist spy. He's just a lifelong conservative, effete, wimpy, wussy, pathetic, not only not leftist, but nothing in his moral character suggests he has the strength to be any sort of crusader or hard-bitten spy. It is absolutely laughable, and is possibly my favourite news story for the week. The concept that Alexander Downer, lifelong Tory, being cast as a leftist spy sent to take down Trump. Absolutely ridiculous. But again, other things in Australia that have been pissing me off are wage theft. This is an endemic problem in Australia, namely employers not paying their employees what they are legally required to. Now, this is notoriously bad in the hospitality industry. Cafes, restaurants, bars, etc. And several celebrity chefs have been outed for fucking stealing hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars from their staff. Now, again, technically, I don't think you can call it stealing, because it's not a criminal offence. It's just you get a fine for it. Even if you're found to have over a couple of years, you actually underpaid staff hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars. And it should be a criminal offence. Like someone who fucking holds up a 7-Eleven and steals $100 will go to prison. These people who steal hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars in staff wages don't go to prison because it's not a criminal offence. And that's why they keep fucking doing it. And it isn't just hospitality. It's been uncovered in 7-Elevens. It's been uncovered in Bunnings hardware stores, fuck's sake. It's basically everyone who employs a large casual staff seems to be stealing from them. Or you're underpaying accidentally. Bullshit! Fucking stealing, you fucking pieces of shit. And why do I say that? It's like, well, there isn't a single fucking case being reported where one of these celebrity chefs accidentally overpaid their staff hundreds of thousands of dollars. Mysteriously, all this accidental underpaying is always underpaying. Hundreds of thousands, and in some cases, millions of dollars accidentally being underpaid, never being overpaid. That's a fucking coincidence. You would think if it was an accident, there would be somewhat of a balance between accidentally underpaying and accidentally overpaying. But there isn't. It's just all underpaying, or as I prefer to call it, stealing. You fucking thieving, evil pieces of shit. And it's just, one of these famous restaurateurs is saying, you know what we need? There should be an amnesty while we sort this out. Should be like, if anyone's going to sort it out and they discover that they've underpaid stuff, they shouldn't be punished. They should just be able to fix it up. And it's like, what? Where does that fucking work? It's like, while I work out if I haven't paid tax to the government for 10 years, they should give me an amnesty. They should give me an amnesty. Oh yeah, and while we work out if I accidentally robbed banks at gunpoint, they should give me an amnesty while I work out how much money I took from the banks that I kind of shouldn't. And I promise I'll give it back, but I should have an amnesty in the meantime. Fuck these people. They're fucking scum and they're fucking liars. And I fucking hate them. Ugh. Look, I'm going to end up on a silly, frivolous note. And I'm going to thank my friend Edwin for sending me this link. There's a story going about a Russian guy who wants to sue Apple because an app on his phone turned him gay. Yes, and I thought, okay, how did that work? And, well, what it apparently was is the guy had an app that he thought he's going to buy cryptocurrency with. He was going to buy Bitcoin, okay? Sure. And he said that he went, okay, I'm going to buy this much Bitcoin. And he didn't get Bitcoin. He got Gaycoin, which personally I haven't heard of. But in a particular bit of beauty, apparently what the app bought for him was 69 Gaycoins. And gave him a message saying, hey, don't judge if you haven't tried it. And how this story is reported is the guy's gone, you know what, that's a fair point. It's a fair point. I live in Russia. Everything's very homophobic. I've never liked gay people. But an app just said, don't judge if you haven't tried it. I'm going to suck some dick. Yep. That's the only fair thing to do. An app just said, don't knock it if you haven't tried it. I'm definitely going to suck some dick. Maybe get some butt action happening too. And the guy's saying, like, the app turned him gay. And he's suing Apple because now he's traumatized. Now, the story obviously isn't true. Because it just obviously isn't. Also because it was reported in the Daily Mail, and never believe anything in the Daily Mail. But I just love it because it gave me a smile and it gave me a laugh. And as my friend Edwin put it, it's just like, it's Yakov Smirnov time. In Russia, phone turns you on.